Hello and welcome to the workout. I'm Holly Perkins, and today I have a strength-based workout for you for legs and arms. Get your biceps, triceps, and shoulders ready. It's a great workout. You are going to need a handled resistance band for today's workout and a couple of dumbbells. Definitely one that's a little bit heavier. If you've got a light, medium, and/or heavy set of dumbbells, have them nearby. Do make sure that you're wearing athletic shoes. I know sometimes for some of my workouts when people are working out at home, they like to work out without their shoes. That's really a pretty advanced strategy. I strongly recommend that you're wearing shoes for this workout. Turn on some music in the background and grab your water. So this is a strength-based workout. We're gonna be doing a series of 2 exercises put back to back together to make a superset. So there's no rest in between these 2 exercises, which form a set, and then we will take a rest in between each one of those supersets. So there's a total of 5 supersets of 2 exercises each for legs and shoulders. You are going to want a handled resistance band and a dumbbell. Your job is to make sure that you are counting out your repetitions. It's really important. Listen, my classes aren't the typical exercise class where I'm doing all the perfect counting for you. You're a big girl, you can do that yourself. My job is to educate you, inspire you, teach you about these strength exercises that we're doing, and help you use the right technique so that you get the best workout, so that you can create the body that you need to live this wonderful life that you love. So make sure you're counting out 12 reps on every single exercise using a weight load where the last 2 reps are challenging. That's how you're really gonna build your strength. Let's get it started. Take your feet separated, soften your knees, draw in through your tummy. Let's take a big inhale up. Exhale it out and do that again. Now when you inhale, I want you to reach up, 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 lifting your rib cage to the ceiling. Exhale it out and let's do that again. Really actively reach your rib cage up and lengthen and lengthen and lengthen. Exhale it out, bring your hands back behind you, interlock your fingers, extend them back behind you to open up your chest. So I want to open up the chest a little, getting the shoulders drawn back because this is an arm workout and we want to make sure that your shoulder girdle is in the right place so that you've got the right alignment to get the most out of your biceps, triceps, and shoulder exercises. Release. Take your arms up over your head in just kind of a relaxed manner. On go, you're going to actively reach up to the ceiling as high as you can, as long as you can, so that we can get that transverse abdominis active and firing. And go. I want you to look up, lift up. Imagine that you are actually lengthening out your spine, even a little centimeter. Increase the space between your bottom rib and your hip bone. Reach, reach, reach. Short little breaths. Don't hold your breath. Relax it out, and let's come into some spinal twists. As you turn away from one leg, I want you to really activate the glute of the leg that you're turning away from. So, left glute, right glute, left glute, right glute. Really squeeze it. Just let your arms go where they go, flying and releasing behind you. Your focus is really activating that glute as you turn away so that your spine has a bit of a foundation to rotate around. This move just feels so good on the hips and the back and the tummy, the sides. It's just really great to release some stickiness that you might be feeling through your hips or lower spine. Make sure you're drawing your tummy in. One more, and feet right under your hips. Take your arms up over your head and go again. Make it active. Don't hold your breath. Breathing can be a little awkward here, but if you're doing this right, as you really reach and lengthen and lengthen and lengthen, you're gonna feel your transverse abdominis grab. You're gonna feel the muscles of your back activate. And it's one of the best ways to get that abdominal muscle firing to hold your core in place throughout the workout. And relax it down. Take your feet separated. Take a look down. Make sure that your toes are pointing forward. Bend your knees. Drive your hips back, and let's come side to side. Just coming into a gentle, easy side to side lunge. I want you to really think about reaching your hips back. Heavy onto your heels. drawing into your abdomen. Really try to keep your toes pointing forward so that they're truly parallel, pushing those hips back. And as this feels better for you, sit deeper, bringing your hand to reach all the way across the toe. But it's really important, I want you focusing on the sit. So you're sitting deeply into this leg because we're getting that leg prepared for the leg workout, activating the glutes and the hamstrings, bringing some mobility and flexibility to the inner thigh of the straight leg. Keep your toes relaxed. Press those hips back, tummy drawn in. Couple more here. Really reach those hips back, keep those toes facing forward. And one more. I've got a new preparatory exercise for those of you that have been here before. Let me show you quickly what it's gonna look like. You're gonna start with your feet together. You're gonna take a step out, coming down to the bottom of a lunge, scooping the arms up, turn towards the leg that's in front, bring the back hand to touch the back heel. Then you're gonna take a step forward and come to the other leg. Step forward, scoop up, turn towards the leg that's in front, pause for a stretch, and repeat. Step up, lunge forward, scoop, turn and stretch. So we're gonna do about 10 of these in total. Give yourself some space. You ready? Here we go. Step into a lunge, scoop, turn towards the leg that's in front, hand to the back heel, pause to enjoy it, and let's repeat. Step forward, other leg, scoop up, turn to the leg that's in front, hand to the heel, reach that top hand up, opening up that hip, and again, forward lunge, scoop it up, stretch it out. One of my favorite new preparatory exercises. And again, step forward, come into a lunge, scoop, turn, back hand to the heel. We're gonna do about 4 more here. Step, lunge, scoop, and turn. Pause. You can use your hand on your front leg as we step and lunge. If you need to, just put your hands on that front leg to help you from this bottom position. I'll demonstrate. Hand on the leg, step up, step together, other leg. So it's a walking lunge combined with what I've coined the world's greatest stretch, which is this split lunge, rotated stretch. It's the best. This is a move I'm doing pretty much every day now. And relax, let's do one more. Big step, scoop, and back. Big reach up towards the ceiling. And step forward. Bring your feet together. Bring your body weight over onto one foot. Keep the standing leg balanced. The standing leg that you're balancing on, keep that knee bent, lowering your center of gravity. I want you to find your balance. Steady yourself. Once you're steadied, look around your space. The whole point of this is to use your vision to throw off your own balance so that you have to counterbalance to stabilize, to warm up the stabilizers at the hips, firing up the core, all of the muscles of the leg that you're standing on. So really, look around your space, look up, look down, move your chin, move your eyeballs. I want you to be fighting to hold your balance. You should have to tap down. You should have to tap down every now and then. If you don't have to tap down, you're not really challenging yourself on this exercise. And in about 5 seconds, you're gonna start to feel that glute medius, that hip stabilizer, really get warm and firing. And that's one of the biggest things that we're after on this exercise. Relax, feet together, bend your knees, lower your center of gravity, other leg, find your balance there. Settle in. Once it settles in, make sure you're keeping this knee bent. Look around your space. The objective here is not to be perfectly balanced. That's not the objective. The objective is not to say, ooh, I can look around and not even counterbalance or lose my balance. The whole point is to make yourself lose your balance, because that is what teaches that leg and all of the muscles of that entire leg all the way up to your core to really have to learn how to counterbalance you. This is one of the best exercises you can learn for the rest of your life. You'll never lose your balance, you'll never roll an ankle, you'll never fall coming off of a street curbside. It's so good for just teaching your center of balance and also improving the functional aspect of each leg. And relax. Let's take a big deep inhale and get ready and get into the workout. Exhale it out. Let me show you our first two exercises. We're using a band for a lot of the exercises today. This is a band focused workout. There are a couple of exercises with dumbbells, but even those you're probably going to be able to do with your band. So if you only have a band, you're in good company. First exercise is a band Romanian deadlift. So you're going to step onto your band. Here's the thing. You have to choke up on your band and just let go of your handles so that your hands are down near your shins with tension on the band. That's the bottom position of your RDL. Knees soft, hips back, coming into an RDL. Squeeze the glutes. Hips back, squeeze the glutes. Your hands are basically sliding right down the outside of your legs. That's your first exercise. Second exercise, you're gonna step on the band with one foot, cross the handles, and it's an upright row. You ready? 12 reps on each exercise, no rest in between. Let's start with that RDL. Stretch your band, bring your hands down so that there's tension with your hands mid-shin. Here's your starting position. Bend your knees, hips back. Here we go. Reach that hips back and squeeze the glutes. Keep your shoulders drawn back in space and down. Really bring them back. Push them down, lock them in, especially on this exercise. Believe it or not, what you do with your shoulders influences what you do with your legs and your hips. When you get your shoulders in place, it activates the core. The core stabilizes the pelvis, and that means when you go into this movement, you're gonna get a better movement pattern when all the rest of the body is really activated and aligned perfectly. Tummy in, 12 reps, so we go right into that upright row. And let's go one more. So just release your band, keep one foot in, right in the center. Make sure that your bands are about equidistant here, okay? Cross them over, upright row. Elbows lead, coming up towards the ceiling, and even though your elbows are coming up, even though your arms are going up, you're gonna keep your shoulder girdle down towards your hips. So at the bottom here, I like to actually push down with my shoulders before I pull up. I push down as I pull up. And when you do that, you're getting your chest and your abs activated here as well. So this becomes a shoulder and arm exercise and a little bit of chest and abs there. So really press down, slight pause at the top if your resistance band is a little too easy for you. And if your band is super easy for you, that's an indication to get a harder exercise band for next week's workout. Short break. We're gonna repeat these two exercises again. How did it feel? So if that RDL was comfortable, that means you wanna create less space between your feet and your hands so that the band has more resistance, especially at the top. On your upright row, if it's too hard, you're gonna have to step into your band and bend your knees to shorten yourself, okay? And if your band is easy for your upright row and you don't have a harder band, I want you to really pause at the top. And if it's still not hard enough, then you can add extra reps. But the truth is I only want you adding extra repetitions today if you don't have any other way to make your exercise more challenging. I always want you using a harder resistance when an exercise gets easy. Second set. Bend those knees, hips are back. Grab the band so that you've got tension on the band and your hands are mid-shin. Press your heels into the floor, squeeze your shoulders back and down, hips back, and here's one. Making sure that you totally follow through with your hips. Super important. Bring your hips through so that they end under your shoulders. One mistake I see a lot is people do this and then this, and they're not really finishing the exercise. You want to make sure that you're coming up to beautiful posture right here. Really honestly, the biggest reason why we strength train and improve the ability of the muscles of your body is to reinforce good alignment of all the joints and your posture. And so we have to be reinforcing that throughout our exercises today. And upright row. Step right in the center. Crossover. Remember, if this band is too hard for you, bend your knees, making yourself shorter. If it's harder, I want you to pause at the top. And if you don't have a harder band to make it harder, then you can do more repetitions. But with my workout, this isn't like a hard, sweaty, breathing hard, oh my gosh, Holly Perkins kicked my butt workout. This is a strength workout. The challenge should be right now. The last handful of repetitions is really where the work is. It's not the workout overall, it's each set within the workout is where you're gonna get the value and the benefit. So these 12 reps, you should feel these 12 reps. That's where the intensity is, so that you need that little bit of rest in between each superset. If you want a harder workout today, go ahead and start on a third superset of those 2 exercises. Otherwise, I'm gonna demonstrate our next 2 exercises. So we've got another leg exercise we're going into triceps. So first up is a band squat. Now, depending on your band, if your band is really resistive or new, you might want to stretch the band between your feet before you start, just like I did. I'm stretching out the band so that I've got more band here. You're gonna wrap the band behind you so that your hands are up back behind your shoulders. Feet are in squat position with your toes turned open a little, and it's a band squat. Squeeze your glutes. Squat. Squeeze your glutes, okay? Really make sure you're sitting with the legs and squeezing your glutes at the top. Second exercise, just release one foot. Actually, I'm gonna teach you a little different. You're gonna release the band, stretch it out in front of you, step on the band about 3/4 forward. Bring it behind you, grab that handle, overhead tricep extension. If you know me, you know this is one of my favorites. I'll show you how to do that again when we get to it. Let's go to your squat. So stretch the band in between your feet to give you more band to play with here. Bend your knees, toes are open, handles back behind you, and here we go. Sitting down for a squat, squeeze your glutes. You got 12 reps. Keep your chest lifted, really reach your hips back. You can move faster or slower than I am, depending on your intensity, your fitness level, how your body moves. I'm gonna tell you a little secret. One of the most misunderstood aspects of the fitness industry is that a lot of people think they need to move fast. They need to be working super hard in their workout. A lot of people think that's what the workout's about. It's really not. When it comes to strength training, the slower and the more deliberate you do this, the more you're gonna get out of it, the better the results you're gonna get. That's the secret to strength training. Second exercise, lay your band out, step 3/4 towards that front handle. Bring it back behind you. Grab your handle with both hands, elbows up towards the ceiling, extend. We've got 12 reps here. As you get through the set, if these reps are feeling totally good, you're going to step halfway on your band instead of 3/4. So if this is too easy, you're gonna make less band between your feet and your handles. If this is too hard, give yourself more band between your heels and your handle. 12 reps. You can pause at the bottom to increase that time under tension, making the exercise a little harder if you want. 12 reps, then we take a break. Doesn't it feel awesome? Overhead extensions are one of my favorite exercises for triceps. It's just a really productive way to really hit that tricep because of the way that you're working with gravity. I love it. Even if you're in a gym, it's still such a good exercise. You can do it with a band, which is great, but you can also do it with a dumbbell, which we often do here in these workouts. Short rest, second set. If that last set of squats was totally comfy and doable, and in your head you're like, that Holly Perkins workout isn't hard enough. That is not on Holly Perkins. That is on you, my friend, because I could crush you with this exercise and only 10 reps if I wanted to. So 12 repetitions really should be challenging, and if it's not, that's on you. You have to make the choice to make this harder. Again, that's probably mistake number 2 I see in the fitness industry, especially with my female clients, which pretty much all my clients are women, by the way, is that you think you're working, but you're actually not working hard enough. You have to choose to work harder. You have to make the choice to work harder. Here we go, second set. Squeeze your glutes, hips way back and down, and even though those hips are going back and down, I want you to keep your chest up. Super important, chest stays up even though the hips are going back and down, okay? You still want to have an upward angle, an upward slope from your tailbone to your head. Here at the bottom, right there. Hips are back, chest stays up, squeeze your glutes. If it's not hard enough, I want you to sit deeper or pause, then stand. Pause, then stand. That is definitely gonna make it harder. One more for 12, overhead, tricep extension. If that first one was comfortable for you, you're gonna step halfway on your band this time. If your first set was comfortable, step halfway on your band, not 3/4. Feet together, split the handle between your fingers and extend up. And if your band was too hard, give yourself more band. Try to keep your elbows headed up towards the ceiling, and listen up. Those of you that are my regulars, oh, by the way, if you're watching this in playback, I have about probably, 30 women off screen here with me live, and those are my besties for the Saturday workout glute gang. You all know that I love this exercise. You want to keep your elbows headed up to the ceiling, straight up, so that you're getting that load onto your triceps. Elbows up and relax. If you know me, you know I love this exercise. It's so good. Short break. If you want to do a harder workout today, go ahead and do a third set of those 2 exercises, the superset. And then I'm going to show you the next superset. So this first one is definitely a very challenging exercise, so I'm gonna give you some options here. Let me show you from this direction. So what you're gonna do, I'm gonna show you from the side because I think it'll be easier for you to understand. So what you're gonna do is you're gonna put your band out in front of you and you're gonna step on it probably about 1/3 into the length of the band, just like we did on our tricep. So you've got more band here on your hand, okay? That hand is gonna go straight up over your head here, okay? From here, we are gonna take a step, a lunge back, and then step together. Stepping back and step together. If this is too intense for you, you can hold your band here and do your reverse lunge, okay? And if that's even too hard, just get rid of the band. You could use a dumbbell here if you want, but it's really fun when your arm is fully extended and you're doing that lunge. Oh, it's so good, you're gonna love it. The exercise that pairs with that is our band bicep, both feet in to make it a little bit harder. Palms are gonna be forward and palms are rotated out a little tiny bit. So arms are not at your sides and they're not forward. Arms are open about 45 degrees and we're gonna do a bicep curl right there, keeping your elbows near your hips, but don't pin your elbow to your hip, okay? Keep it right about there, pull it up, straight down. All right, you ready? Reverse lunge with a band bicep curl. I'll teach you again. Lay your band in front of you. More band on your left side. Step on your band with more band on your left side. Left foot forward, left hand over your head, lock it into position, keep the knee soft, and we've got a reverse lunge. Step together, squeeze the glute. Reverse lunge, using that opposite arm for balance, or if you need to use something over here to stabilize you, a chair or whatever, and you wanna use something to just help stabilize you, that's cool too. 12 reps, and then we will do the same on the other leg. Keep your body weight really focused on your front heel. This is really about the front heel, keeping your front toes relaxed. Again, using something for support in that free hand if you want to just stabilize you at the bottom. And if it's too much, bring your hand to your shoulder so that you've got less resistance coming from the band, okay? 12 reps, and let's go to the other side. So I'll do it this way so you can see me. Throw your band down. More band on the side of the hand. You can remember that, right? More band on the side of the hand. And step on that band very firmly with the ball of your foot. Arm up over your head, knees bent. Here we go. Using that opposite arm for stability if you need it. Using that opposite hand on a chair if you need it. And if this isn't challenging enough for you, shorten the band between your hand and your heel. So just take a quick little break. Step on more of the band and continue. That's gonna make this harder. Just like I said on that last set, this is technically a front leg exercise. So focus on really pressing into that front heel and just keeping your arm as stable as possible because it is also a shoulder exercise. 12 reps and relax, bicep curl. So we do both legs, then bicep curl. Step on the band with one or both feet, shoulders rolled back and down, palms are up, rotated out, about 45 degrees, open from your body. Chest is up, shoulders are down. You can also pause right here if your band is a little easy for you. Give me a little bit of a pause if that band is too easy. If the band is too hard, you can release one foot so you've got more band to play with, okay? So the whole thing with working with bands is that you have to take into consideration how much space you have from the handle to its anchor point, because that's gonna make it harder or easier. That's one of the things that I love about resistance bands. Like for example, on that reverse lunge, if I've got less band and then I bring that hand all the way up over my head here, there's a whole lot more resistance already on that band for me to work with. So it makes it harder because bands are what we refer to as a variable resistance. It's real easy here. It's really hard here. The resistance increases the more the band gets stretched. Now listen up. On the second set of reverse lunges, if you're gonna challenge yourself and go harder, you are going to step on more of the band. Then listen up, please make sure you're stepping on the band with the ball of your foot. Because if you've got more resistance on the band and you're stepping on the band with the arch of your foot, there's a chance that it could slide out underneath your foot. Wouldn't be too much of a problem on this exercise, but safety first. So feet together, standing on firmly standing on that band with the ball of your foot, hand over head, and here we go. 12 reps on each leg. Really draw in through your abdomen, okay? Keeping that arm very steady over your head. It's as if that back leg is just stepping around the band. Nothing else is moving. You're stepping with that back leg, and the front leg is bending, sure, but nothing else is moving. Tummy is locked off, spine is locked off, arm is locked off, so that the leg that you're standing on is the one getting all of the work. 12 reps, same on the other side. And so if you are doing the full expression of this exercise, it's gonna get your heart rate up. This is a big one. This one's definitely a doozy. And if you wanna make it easier, remember, you can get rid of the band altogether if you want. You could use a dumbbell over your head. There's a lot of ways. But like I said, if you wanna make this harder, let's step on more of the band for this set. Arm up over your head, lock off that bod from hand to hip. Locked off, here we go. Just using that opposite hand for a little bit of stability if you need it. If you don't need it, you can place it on your hips, wherever you need to be. Obviously, eventually, I would love it that you don't even need to use this opposite hand to counterbalance. That would be great if your stability was solid enough. You may notice that as you get tired, you need to use that front hand a little bit more. Just make sure you're really extending with that arm up over your head. Coming all the way down, driving into the front heel. Front heel is what's going to activate that glute and the hamstring on that front leg. To the top two most important muscle groups in your body. Not your core, not your abs. Glutes, hamstrings, number one, number two. Number three, I would say, are your back muscles. Latissimus dorsi and the related back muscles would be number three. My opinion, core is actually farther down the list. It's like number 4 or 5. And I know there are people out there that really feel core is number 1, and I so disagree. Shoulders back and down, palms open, here we go. Really keep those shoulders drawn back so that your chest is lifted. You can add that little bit of a pause at the top if you want a bit more work here. Squeeze, giving me a pause. And then remember that if you want this to be harder, put more band under your feet so there's less band between your feet and your hands. That's what's gonna make it harder. Or getting a harder band, of course, right? Oh, does that feel so good? Oh, it feels so good on those arms. One more, and relax. Am I right? Using your strength and really using your muscles in the ways that I teach just feels so good. And in order to do that, you have to challenge your strength in the muscle, not your cardiovascular intensity. That's my criticism of those like high intensity boot camp classes. They have a time and a place for sure, but you're never gonna get stronger in that type of a class because there's so much reliance and dependency on your cardiovascular intensity, and that's gonna limit the work that you can put into the muscle. Do a third set if you want. Let me show you our 4th superset. So here is our first dumbbell exercise of 2. There's only 2 dumbbell exercises in this whole workout. Everything else is about the band. You are gonna want a heavier dumbbell, or if you only have lighter dumbbells, put 2 dumbbells together. Holding it end to end, we've got a plie type squat so that your toes and knees are turned open, and you're gonna squat down and then big press. Squat down, big press. Plie, squat, and press. Second exercise is, I was wrong about the second. No, I was right about the second exercise. Second exercise, you do want your handle resistance band. This is one of my other newer favorite tricep exercises. I love this one. You're gonna take the band. You're gonna wrap it around your hand. You're gonna make a fist. You're gonna put that fist across to the opposite shoulder, just like that. You're gonna choke up on your band, and it's a tricep extension. Tricep extension, okay? I'll repeat when we get to the exercise, and then we just switch sides, okay? The setup of this tricep extension is really important. Otherwise, it becomes a very sloppy tricep exercise. But first, dumbbell, squat, and press, and then we will repeat that tricep exercise. So, plie, squat, and press. Open the toes. Now, it's not a full, your toes aren't your legs aren't completely turned open, but it's definitely going towards a proper plie type movement where the toes are turned open. Drop down, big push. Drop down, big push. So now, because this move, it's a big move. You get to use your lower body, you get to use all of your arms and your shoulders here, and because it's a big move, you're actually stronger. Whenever we're using using bigger, stronger, more muscle groups, it makes you stronger, which means you've got to use a heavier dumbbell. You've got to use a harder weight load because your body is so capable when we're doing a full body movement like this. 12, unless your dumbbell is too easy. Okay, and if you don't have the option of going heavier, then you can use more weight or a second dumbbell. Tricep, take your band, just wrap it around so that you can clamp down on your band so that you've got a firm hold of your band. On the long end, you're gonna put that right across, let me do it this way, right across to the opposite shoulder. Grab your band, choking up so there's not a lot of space, and we're gonna push straight down. I want you to really have to work to get to this position. You gotta work. It should almost feel like your tricep is gonna cramp in order to get to full extension here. And if you're not feeling a lot of that in the back of the arm, the tricep, make the space shorter between your two hands. The upper hand really needs to push into your shoulder, into your chest, your upper chest. So push this into that upper chest, okay? So that you've got a strong anchor point here for that tricep to work against. Switch sides, wrap it so that you can really anchor, okay? Push it into your chest, choke up, squeeze it. At that bottom position, right there, it should feel like your triceps, my tricep literally feels like it's gonna cramp. If I hold at the bottom right here any longer, my tricep's gonna cramp up, okay? And I don't want you to cramp up, that's not the point. But this really should be super challenging. And the way that you get there is by making sure that there is only the amount of space between your hands as necessary to make the exercise hard. You also want to make sure this shoulder is rotating back. Rotate that shoulder back, keep that tummy drawn in, stand super tall, 12 reps, short break, and then we're going to repeat these two exercises for this superset. Plie, squat, and press. So how did that last set of your plie, squat, and press feel? If it was doable, that's on you. Grab a heavier dumbbell, put two dumbbells together, find something in your house that's heavier, and if you are limited by your equipment, then you add a pause at the bottom, and if it's still not hard enough, then you can do more reps. More reps is the last case scenario. Please hear me on that loud and clear. I can't tell you how many times women that work with me directly and inside of my coaching programs are like, oh, well, I've heard you say that, but I thought it was okay to do more reps, even though I've said it a bazillion times. Adding more reps is the last resort when you don't have any other option to make the exercise harder. Cool? Grab that heavy dumbbell, plie, squat, and big press. And remember what I said on the first round of this, because this is a bigger movement, you want to really give yourself a more challenging weight load. A more challenging weight load because you've got this whole bod moving that dumbbell. And when you've got more muscles, more body parts, more joints, you can generally move more weight. That's the whole idea. The whole idea is to help you increase your ability and how much weight you can move with good technique. 12 reps, and let's go into that second set for triceps. Again, wrapping the band around so that it just makes it easier to clamp it. I wrap it over the top and clamp it with my thumb into the chest firmly. And here we go, straight down for that tricep extension. Now, I will say, for this exercise, I would prefer to be in a gym with a cable pull down. A cable pull down for this exercise is probably my second favorite tricep exercise. I love a cable press down with this exercise. So good in the gym. But since this is really more of a outside the gym exercise workout, we use our band. And this is a great substitution if you don't have proper cable pulley system. Press that into your chest right there, shoulder back, straight down. Almost, I want you working to the degree where that tricep is really firing. It's really working that tricep at the bottom. Feel that? Oh, so good. Squeeze that tricep. Shoulder is back in space. And remember, your improvement is up to you. You getting stronger or more fit or leaner or better or healthier is up to you. It's a choice. Just because you showed up for this class doesn't mean you're gonna get better. You have to choose to put yourself into a circumstance where you have to work hard. That's how the body adapts. It's not that you get fit simply by doing this workout. You get fit by exposing your body to harder workloads. Then your body recovers, and that's when you get fit. Fifth and final superset. 2 exercises. Hold on. What does that say? Oh, got it. Okay. So we're going to want a dumbbell for this exercise. You can use that heavier dumbbell that we use for plie and press, or if you've got questionable knees or funky knees, you might want to do this body weight only or with a lighter dumbbell, okay? So the exercise is here. We are going to come to a side lunge, step together, step through for a curtsy lunge. Repeat. Side lunge, curtsy lunge, okay? So we'll do 12 on one side before we do the other side. Second exercise is going to be band or, using that same dumbbell, straight up over the head, single-sided overhead press with a band if you'd like, or with that same exact dumbbell, 12, other side 12. So, because we're doing 2 unilateral exercises, it's actually 4 sets in this superset. Let's go. Grab your dumbbell at your chest. First move is a side step lunge, step together, swing around for a curtsy. Side step lunge, number 2, swing around for a curtsy, okay? I love this exercise. It does a whole lot for your left leg and now your right leg. Your left leg and now your right leg. On your curtsy lunge, depending on how your body feels, if you want to make it a wider curtsy lunge, that is fine. It's totally fine. If you want it to be a little bit narrower, that's okay too. The truth is, if we're doing it for the glutes, it does need to be a slightly wider step, okay? 12 reps, always focusing on left leg and now your right leg. Stepping leg and now your front leg. We got 12 in total, a couple more here. Oh, that curtsy lunge feels so good. Now again, if your knees are a little funky, you can just turn this into a reverse lunge if you want, or don't do it with a dumbbell. You can just do it body weight only if you want, okay? Second exercise, we've got band overhead press or dumbbell overhead press, feet together, straight up over the head, starting. If you're mirroring me, we're gonna start with your left. Big press, abs drawn in. Make sure you're keeping your knees slightly bent. Tummy drawn in, 12 reps, one arm at a time. And then we'll go for that curtsy lunge on the other side with dumbbell on the other side. So that's different than our other reverse lunge. We did both legs. This one's a little bit different. We're doing our lunge first, then our overhead, lunge, overhead. Like I said, if that weight load is good for your lunge, but then you need a lighter dumbbell for the overhead, totally cool as well. Same thing on the other side. We've got a lunge first, and then your curtsy, okay? Lunge, and then reverse lunge if you want. So if it feels weird on that front knee, just turn it to a reverse lunge. Whichever feels better for you. Keeping it on that front leg. Side lunge, it's the moving leg. Curtsy lunge, it's the front leg. Good. 12 in total. So it's a lot. It's a lot here because you're basically doing 24 on each one, okay? 24 on each one here. It's a lot. Tummy drawn in, nice and deep on that curtsy, or nice and deep on that side lunge. One more. We've got overhead press on that other side. So now we've got that left arm, other side, straight up over the head. Straight up over the head. And like I said, if that dumbbell starts to feel like too much, swap it out. This, you can also do this with the band. Let me show you with band for that overhead press if you'd like. As I mentioned, because that does just bring a very different quality to this exercise, okay? Big press. 12 reps here, fully standing on that band. Big press and relax. Short break, walk it out. So here's the deal. That was one set. We've got one more superset of those two moves. One more. And if you want a harder workout today, you're gonna take the time and do a full-on third superset of those two moves. How are we doing? That's gonna get your heart rate up. It's gonna feel good. So now remember, this is up to you. Your workout, your fitness depends on you making the choice in this last set. Find the weight load that challenges you, where you can still do really great technique for all those repetitions. You ready? Here we go, grab that weight. We've got lunge into curtsy first on that original side. Side lunge, reverse into your curtsy. Side lunge, letting that weight follow the leg. Reverse curtsy, all the way down. Sitting, really reach your hips back. Really reach your hips back. Keep your energy super, super high here. Stand up super tall. Really drive into the heel. Here, drive into your heel. Front heel. Stepping heel. Front heel, big time. Yep, that's too easy. Grab a heavier dumbbell. You can always stop mid-set. If this isn't challenging enough, stop mid-set, grab yourself a heavier dumbbell, or just make this movement bigger. Make it bigger. Really deep lunge. Full curtsy, drive into that front heel. 12 in total here, 24. It's really 24 movements here, 24 movements. One is there, and one is there for 12. We got a couple more, about 4 more. Please make sure you're counting out your reps yourself. Like I said, this is your workout, okay? Immediately, we go right into that overhead press with the dumbbell if you want, or band is also just a great version, great variation, because as I said at the beginning, this is a variable resistance apparatus, your band. So you really want to challenge yourself here at the top right there. Get yourself a band. That is some big work right there. Big push, big push. 12 reps. Stay strong. One more and relax. You could take a break if you want. If you need a couple seconds, if that first side was challenging, take a break if you need it. Then we're going right back to that side lunge curtsy. Side lunge curtsy on the other side, and into that overhead dumbbell press or band press. Okay, you ready? Knees soft, stepping out, coming to that curtsy. Challenge yourself here. It's the one thing I can't do for you. I can't really challenge you. I can challenge you, but it's up to you to make the choice to work a bit harder here. Big lunge, hips are reaching back, really pressing into that front heel. Pressing into that front heel like crazy, right there. And again, remember, if that curtsy's too much for you, just turn it to a reverse lunge, okay? Turn it to a reverse lunge if you need to. Driving into front heel, chest stays up, use your breath. You can do it. You can do it. Keep that energy up, moving faster or slower, depending on your ability today, depending on how you feel today. Chest is up, super deep curtsy. That curtsy feels amazing on your front glute. Right there, provided your knees are comfy with this, incredible on that front glute right there. Okay, a couple more. 12 reps here, and one more. And then we've got that overhead press, other side. Overhead press, other side. Band or dumbbell, up to you. I'm giving you both the options. Whichever one feels more productive for you today. Cool? More productive. Not necessarily harder. Listen, sometimes harder is a misnomer, because technically what we're looking for is for this to be more productive for you, okay? Whatever that means. And you might need to change how you're performing that exercise to make it feel more productive for you. On that band fully, straight up alongside of your body. Straight up alongside the body. Abs drawn in, super tight. Last set here. Big press. That band is definitely not easy. Whew! And walk it out. If you want a third set, go for it. Let your heart rate come down. Just kind of move about your space. grab a drink of water if you've got it. And let's come in for a little bit of a cool down and a little bit of range of motion. So feet separated. Let's come to that first spinal twist. We're gonna bring the heart rate down a little, and just like at the beginning, we're going to release any of the stickiness that we've now created from the workout, okay? Releasing anything that we created, any tightness or restriction. Just let your arms release. Let them flow, let them go where they want to go. Really activate that glute so that you can have that safe rotation on your spine. And relax. Take a deep inhale up. Exhale it out. Let's go one more time. Inhale it up. Keep your left arm up, okay? Bend that left arm. Opposite arm adds to the stretch. Left arm is bent. Right arm is helping. Deepen into that bend to get into the triceps, okay? Deepening into that bend, adding that hand to add to that tricep stretch. And release, same on the other side. Right hand bent, left hand helps. Deepen the bend at the elbow, and think about taking that hand farther down towards your shoulder blades. So we're deepening the elbow flexion. And relax. Big inhale up. Exhale, bring your hands behind your head. Press your elbows back, bringing your shoulder blades towards each other. Chest is forward. Really draw those shoulder blades in. And relax it out. One more stretch. If you need to use something to stabilize you for balance, please find that thing, whatever works for you. Feet together. Bend your knees so that you're lowering your center of gravity, okay? One heel, up, back, behind. Grab the top of your shoe, or if that's too much, you can grab the heel. You can grab your shoe heel. You can also grab your pant leg and just hold your stretch here, okay? Whatever helps you to come into a deep bend at the knee, okay? Tucking the pelvis under, pulling this knee back. I wrote a really great blog post. Ooh, has it gone up yet? Oh, it maybe hasn't gone up yet. I'm not sure. I have a blog post coming up. You'll get an email about it on the thorough and most effective way to stretch your quads. I can't remember if it went out yet or not, but it will be coming up soon if it did not. Anyway, there is a nice thorough review and video on how to really make sure you stretch your quads right. It's 7 of my favorite variations of quad stretches, because it's just so important to make sure that you're getting your quads stretched in a very valuable way. Remember, tuck your pelvis under, pull the knee back so that you're actually really effectively getting into that quad. Pelvis tucked under, deepening that stretch. So good. If you get it right, you should be able to feel it all the way up into your hip flexor. And relax it out. Let's take one more big inhale up. Exhale it out. Thank you so much for joining me today. If you want to join us for a live free workout, me and my gang, come on over to my website, hollyperkins.com/free workout, and you can sign up to join us live with my friends behind the camera, behind the screen. You can join us live next time. I'll see you then. Thanks so much. Have an awesome day.